You know, I've been falsely accused of mansplaining. I'm not mansplaining. I'm old mansplaining. Subscribe to the channel, you bastard. Where are my good glasses? Has anybody seen my good glasses? Will I have to get up to do that? How am I supposed to know? I don't know. Go on the Google machine. What the hell do I know? That's not what I said. I mean, it's what I meant, but it's not what I said. What do you mean, what did I mean? That's not what I meant was... What do you mean, you can't say that either? What the hell am I listening to? Someone turn that shit off!
So he cannot be the lion, she will be the lion. How was I supposed to know that? And I thought to perpetuate, it's a female lion, I thought he put grapefruits in a bra and put it under the lion costume. Because we never knew what kind of body shapes the nuns had. All I see is him coming at me, and I'm like, oh, lion boobs, and I grab him. And I hear, Thomas Briscoe! Nun boobs! What are you doing? You're touching nun boob. I just stuffed them in a holy water. Missed the whole pep rally.
Hello, welcome to Old Mansplaining. I'm your host, and obviously from what you just saw in that clip, I'm Catholic. And today's topic, we're talk about going to church. And my daughter's always reminding me that to be more spiritual in my life and to be more enlightened and more accepting of other faiths. And I was like, I'm really trying hard, but you know, I went to Catholic school and public school, but my Catholic school years were they were tough nuns, man. They were the Sisters of Mercenary. They were some pretty tough nuns. But anyway, I got through it all. And being Catholic is it's interesting. My view of being a good Catholic is this: is when I show up to church, I simply expect it to count. I'm not the only one. If you go to a wedding on a Saturday and they're all Catholics, all the topic of conversation is whether or not this counts for tomorrow's church. You know, that's all we give. That's all we care about. And most Catholics, not real Bible readers. We're really not. I mean, you could take a $100 bill, put it in a Bible, put that Bible in a Catholic church. It'll sit there for 100 years. No one will ever find it. And the only Bible story I'm really familiar with is the story of Adam and Eve. Now, here's the story. Eve apparently seduced Adam into eating the apple. I've got a different theory. I think she nagged him into eating the apple myself. I think after that many years together, she was not going, Adam's more like, Adam, eat this, try this. You need roughage. Get off that rock. You need fiber in your diet. That's how he came to eat the apple. She wore him out. I always get in trouble at church too, man. I just couldn't help myself. I get in trouble at church all the time. I was an altar boy. The bishop came to our church. Everyone was all excited because the bishop came to our mass. Me and this other altar boy got into a fist fight right in front of the bishop. We're just pounding the crap out of each other. So the bishop comes over. He goes, oh, you boys like to fight, do you? I can take you. And then I ran straight because I figured since he was a bishop, he can only run diagonally. But he never played chess. So I got fired from my altar boy job. I even got trouble at Christmas at church. Did you notice this year? Christmas lands on a Wednesday. That sucks because that means Mrs. Briscoe makes me go Christmas Eve, then Christmas Day. Then I got to go the following Sunday. Then somehow I got to go again on New Year's Day. Then the following Sunday after that. And in my family, there's always some fat uncle or cousin who dies of a heart attack during the holidays. So I got to go to a funeral mass on top of those 6 times. I'll go to church more times than the Pope in the next 10 days around Christmas. I think they should have, I wrote a letter to the Pope, actually. I think they should convert Christmas to the last Sunday in December. This way we would have Christmas Sunday, Easter Sunday, and Super Bowl Sunday, the big 3 holidays in the Catholic Church. I even get in trouble at church at Christmas. Well, here's what happened. All my kids are long and grown. I have grandkids and little nieces and nephews, and they all came to our house for Christmas. And my wife thought it would be wonderful if all the little children could play the game Candyland with their Uncle Tommy. Like most men, if I was given a choice between a game of Candyland or a bullet through the head, I would gladly take the bullet. So she has them all in the living room, and she's like, we'll play Candyland with Uncle Tommy. And then she leaves. I screw the Candyland. I gave him all money, and I taught him how to play liar's poker. And if you don't know how to play liar's poker, I gave them all dollar bills. And if you take the serial number on your dollar bill and you pretend you have a poker hand based on the number. If someone doesn't believe you have that hand, they say liar. That's why it's called liar's poker. I taught him how to play. I didn't teach him where or when it was appropriate to play because the basket's coming down. They all have money. And I hear, Uncle Tommy. I go, what? I got 5 4s. They're like, yeah, I got 6 3s. And the priest said something, and my nephew yelled, liar. And I got in trouble for that. I also get in trouble Christmas time with the Nativity. I treat the baby Jesus and the whole Nativity under the tree with the reverence. I worry about sight lines and never getting it upstaged. I care about that stuff. But after Christmas season is over, after the holy season is over, it's just attic crap. And I throw it all back up in the attic. Now there's no reverence attached to it. But I do try and hook them up. Like, for instance, St. Joseph, carpenter, blue-collar guy, so I put him in an aquarium with all the naked Barbies. Try and hook a fella up, you know what I mean? The Christmas tree angel, I got an ace bandage up there and I wrapped it around, I let her sit on top of the ace bandage, nice and soft, because the poor girl just spent the last 4 weeks with a Christmas tree stuck up her ass. I figure I can make her nice. I also got a GPS tracker. I put that on the baby Jesus because Mary doesn't know it yet, but Jesus has disappeared for like 30 years. So I try to, Mrs. Briscoe doesn't see it that way. I get in trouble every time she goes up into the attic. I drive home on a Saturday night, 10, 11, 12 hours on a Saturday night, just so glad to be in my own bed instead of a hotel, right? So I'm finally falling asleep and I get this, boom, boom, boom. Me and the girls are going to the 11 o'clock mass. What are you going to do? I was like, honey, I just drove all night. I've been up all night. She goes, yes, I know. I put on a pot of coffee. I laid out some clothes for you to wear. We're going to the 11 o'clock mass. What are you going to do? I said, I'm going to roll over, pass some wind, and sleep till kickoff. That's what I'm going to do. So we're driving to the 11 o'clock mass. And on the way over, I said, honey, I just could have watched it on TV. She goes, what? I said, I could have just stayed home and watched church on TV. She goes, it wouldn't count. I said, well, I go, what do you mean it won't count? She goes, it's not realistic. It won't count. I said, I'd make it realistic. She goes, how? I said, I'd turn on a TV 10 minutes late and I'd stand in the back of the living room and I'd sneak out the back door during communion. That's a real Catholic church going experience. Me and Mrs. Briscoe don't argue too much, and we don't even argue over the big things like faith or church, whatever, other than she makes me go. But my wife is Polish, and she was born in Poland, and when she's mad at me, she gets everything off her chest, and she says it all in Polish. I have no idea what she's talking about, so it's been a pretty good system for over 40 years. And when she wants to get rid of telemarketers, she would just go, talk like my mother-in-law, and no speak it English, Polish, and she'd hang up. So one Friday night, I happened to be home. She's at her mother's house. I had all my buddies over for a whole night of poker and gambling and drinking. They all leave. 9 o'clock in the morning, my doorbell rings. It was a Jehovah's Witness. I didn't want to deal with that. So I just said, no speak English, Polish, and they left. But the next day, I got this. Dzień dobry. They sent me a Polish Jehovah's Witness. So I'm a people pleaser. I shared all the Polish words that I've been learning for the last 30, 40 years from Mrs. Briscoe. I don't know what I said to this poor guy. He just took off like a frightened schoolgirl. He was so scared of what I said. I said, he'll come back. He came back. He was a very nice man. We had a very nice conversation. Best thing he did for me, though, is he gave me one of those Watchtower magazines. They come in very handy. You want to sit by yourself on a train? Nobody sits near a guy reading a Watchtower. Nobody. Another reason I admire Jehovah's Witnesses is their dedication to the faith. If they annoy you, whatever, but you got to give them that. They are dedicated. You know what I mean? My dedication in my parish is really only I get dedicated when Father Larry lets us have a keg and eggs pancake breakfast. That's the only time I get enthusiastic about my church. Okay, so thanks for watching. Maybe hit subscribe, stay in touch, tom@tombriscoe.com, or send me an email, send me a message on a carrier pigeon, send me Morse code, whatever, get a ham radio operator, whatever. Reach out, let me know whatever topic you want to talk about. I'll try and cover it on one of my next Old Mansplainings. Thanks for watching. Hit subscribe. See ya. Where are my good glasses? Has anybody seen my good glasses? Will I have to get up to do that? How am I supposed to know? I don't know. Go on a Google machine. What the hell do I know? That's not what I said. It's what I meant, but it's not what I said. What do you mean, what did I mean? That's not what I meant was... What do you mean, you can't say that either? What the hell am I listening to? Someone turn that shit off!